Guys, Yeeps 2.0 is here, and with that comes a lot of confusion because they completely overhauled the entire game. And so many people don't know where to go, don't know what's going on, don't know where any of the game modes are, none of that. So, I'm going to be explaining everything in Yeeps 2.0, all just for you guys. So, when you spawn in, you'll either start here at the portal, or here at tutorial. So, right up here, you just keep walking, you'll make it into the gnome capital area. Well, you'll immediately notice some changes. Obviously, there are these gnomes that are moving around and stuff. I'm sorry. Now, if you keep heading forward, you'll see this map here, and this is kind of confusing at first. It's not super, showing where it is, because previously the maps were just, find the scoreboard, and then you either go, north, south, east, or west, and there's tunnels right here. None of that really exists anymore. It does in community worlds and private worlds, and in Build Central up here, but none of that really exists anywhere else as far as we know right now. As you can see, there are a ton of maps here. That's already so many new ones. But you might notice there's these little buttons. And when you click on these, it says fast travel to whatever map you clicked on. And this is with the new currency, silver beans. So if you guys saw the trailer, there are these merchants around the map. There's one right here. There's also one in Snow Village, I think. And with these, you can grab loot. For example, there are some stone deposits down here. So you can grab these, and then climb back up. And you can give them to the merchant. You can either do this for a couple of butt coins, or you can do this and get some beans. So it's whichever one you want, and it is quite cool, in my opinion. There are also much more rare things, there's gold, diamonds, there's also coal, as you can see here, and iron, which will both, I'm sure, will both be added to the weekly merchant things in the coming weeks. But the other best way to get beans is by finding bugs or mobs and killing them. So, as you can see, there's some yaks over there, as well as some wood. But if we jump down here by this blue zip line, we can enter the old mines, which is old because it's now infested with bugs. So, oh, yep, there they are. Okay. Yeah, we've made it. And right here, the second you click this button, there's gonna be a ton of mobs that are gonna flood in. There aren't as many right now. They might have actually all died off. But, yeah, that's basically the best way to get mobs here. And if you want to get a ton of beans, grenades, and then a bunch of bugs will gather here. So doing that is a great way. So I'm going to show you guys where all the main stuff is. So yeah, right back here behind this greenhouse. It's also over by the campsite. Yes, this goes to campsite, which is a hide and seek map. There's basement. Yeah, they brought back basement. It's really sick. I really love it. It's cool. But also, as you guys saw over there, there was the old mines by that blue zip line. But then when you drop down here behind the map, you'll see a bunch of things over here. There's a promo code machine, which you type in anniversary 2025, and you get the 2.0 zipper. There is Build Central through here, which I'll show in a minute. There's the fantasy and ocean area over there, and then over here is the mountain area. So you come through here, there should be a mountain pass, which will eventually open up to other maps, but right now there's nothing currently here. But once you make it all the way to the end of these maps, you will make it to Snow Village. And this place is pretty cool. This is the hub for all the snow maps. And yeah, it's pretty sick. It's a hangout map. It's cool. I like it. Definitely gives me fortress outpost vibes for sure. But also a little bit of hill vibes because there's an under section. There's a big bridge. There's tons of spring pads and fans and stuff. So yeah, it is really cool. It'll hit that nostalgic vibe for sure. And then continuing on straight ahead is Wolf Valley. Now, For Wolf Valley and the Frost Vault, which is just ahead, you guys will not see these on the map because these are like in between mini maps. I don't know why exactly they did this. It makes it kind of confusing. But if you do want your map to be filled out over here, you'll have to head down here to Tag Towers, which is the only tap-tag map currently in the game. And it is very cool. It's just like Mountain Pass. It is a long map. So you change the size of Yeeps maps now. Then we're heading into the Frost Vault, which is pretty cool. This is one of the best ways to get beans because you just go on a little like expedition sort of thing here. Make sure to bring some grappling hooks and also some impulse bombs so you can cross these big gaps. And if you do fall down, anything you have will be gone forever. Also, on the regular tech web, there are these bags that you can get. So this is in the suburb biome, and you can put stuff in them. You can't put everything in them, but you can put like loot stuff like this that you can turn into the merchant. So you can put that in there, and then pour them out, kind of like Animal Company. So that's pretty cool. And then once you head in through here, you're gonna need a bunch of keys. Looks like the door's already open, but I'll just go ahead and put in this last one. To show you guys, you need to put in all 9 of the blue keys there. Then this will open up. There's some mobs collecting here. Just do that. And then from here, you can get some cotton. And then the best way to open up that is by placing a bunch of place bombs. Personally, I recommend radiation bombs. You also, if you're going on expeditions like this, I'd recommend doing this alone because it can be quite busy in a public lobby. People are constantly setting off your bombs, and then there's also a bunch of Yetis around this area. Obviously those also appear in private lobbies, but it just would be nice. Come on. Yes! Yes! I did it! You're welcome, lobby. I just did all this for you. So, these are all client-sided, so when other people grab them, it only grabs them for them. And then you have to wait like a few hours for them to regenerate. So yeah, we got all the crystals. So there's usually 3 in there. I mean, there are 3 in there. It doesn't vary. And then with these bags, you can put them on your chest, just like banjos. And then I'm gonna grab out a second bag for some of this. So I actually did this a couple hours ago. And I died, lost it all. So, yeah, you guys want to be very, very careful. Not to die to the wolves, or to the spikes. So, looks like all these were too recently grabbed for me to get them. That's okay. Yeah, I'm going to be incredibly careful. Like, ridiculously careful here. Oh my... No, not again. Not again. No. So, yeah, don't die to the endless void. I think I got stuck on an icicle there. So that's annoying. But something else in Yeeps 2.0 is, when you die, your body gets left there. So I guess you can know where you died. Yes, here's my stuff, but you can't grab it anymore. So basically, if you're looking for all the wilds to get, all the biome tech webs and stuff, and this is currently the only facility map, and also community worlds and your private world, as well as the weekly classic map, which is currently island, you're going to want to go down here over to the build block like thing, which I still don't know how to get those, but... So blue is the throwback map. So you can remember that, purple and blue are more public. Those are the throwback map, which is blue, and the wilds, which is purple. Okay, orange is private world, and yellow is... What? How are people doing this? This is so weird. Okay, from Build Central, you're just gonna go, right here, and that's Mushroom Cavern. So up here's like this little dirt area, I guess. And down here there's some bugs. Like, not bugs in the game, literal bugs you have to fight that spawn occasionally. So you go straight ahead, and that's to the mushroom, village, basically. Mushroom Village 2.0. And then down here is the ocean. So you head up here. This is This is Ocean Village. This was shown in the trailer. This place is so cool. I really, really do love it. And it's a pretty cool place. I wish they would make this hide and seek map. But, you know, it's a pretty cool hangout map. It's chill. Most people just come here to see the tech web, which, I mean, I understand. That's why people came to the boat battle, really. So we got some new gadgets. So this is like a vacuum. If you have an item on the ground, you can suck it right back up into your hand. So the range isn't super large, but it is really sick. Then this one was shown in the trailer. This is the saw blade launcher, and there's also a saw blade turret you can get. There's of course the sack, which I already showed. There's also the air blasters, which are in the island tech web, but also show up in the island section. And these are like also a wrist gadget. It's pretty cool. But there's also, here's the saw blade turret. It's like the saw blade launcher, but a turret. And then there's also the boxing gloves, which are just like the freeze gloves, just without the freeze. So, you know, if you guys are new to the game, you don't want to, like, shell out 3,000 coins just to get a freeze glove, and don't want to save up for that long, like I did, then, you know, you can just buy the regular boxing glove. It doesn't have as cool of a thing, but it is much easier to get to. Oh my gosh. So in the tech web here, it's fairly easy to get to the boxing glove. So it's right here by the smoke bombs and the nightcap. So really, if you were realistically trying to like get this, you just get, you know, this, that's 50, 50, 100, 100, 300, 300, just to get these boxing gloves. And these work pretty well as a weapon. On the third hit, just like freeze gloves, they do something. They just knock the player back more rather than freeze them. And yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm loving Yeeps 2.0 so far, and I believe that will put a bed in here. I believe that will be all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.